Now, do you think the King should strip Andrew of his Prince title? Get your calls in now. 0207 862 2222. We can have a look. Shall we take a look at our big wall and see? It's very, very, very painful, this, for Andrew, who had so much regalia here. Look at it all being taken off him here. And actually, there we go. He's down to his winter warmers now. And is it possible to read out the names of all the titles Andrew lost in 30 seconds? Let's try this. All the military titles. Just have a look at this. So military titles. So when the clock moves, I'm going to start. You'll see how many he's lost. Right, ready? Grenadier Guards, Colonel. Princess Louise Fusiliers of Canada, Colonel-in-Chief. Queen's York Rangers, 1st American Regiment, Colonel-in-Chief. Royal Highland Fusiliers, Canada, Colonel-in-Chief. Royal Irish Regiment, 27th Inniskilling, 83rd and 87th, the Ulster Defence Regiment, Colonel-in-Chief. Royal New Zealand Army Logistics Regiment, Duke of York Zone, Colonel-in-Chief. Small Arms School Corps, Colonel-in-Chief. Royal Lancers, Queen Elizabeth Zone, Colonel-in-Chief. Royal Highland Fusiliers, 2nd Battalion, the Royal Regiment of Scotland, Royal Colonel. Yorkshire Regiment, Colonel-in-Chief. Honorary Air Commodore. Honorary Air Commodore of RAF Lossiemouth, Commodore-in-Chief of the Fleet Air Arm. He's lost them all. And that's just the military titles. But then we go beyond that. He's also lost or given up Duke of York, Earl of Inverness and Baron Killyleagh, knighthood as a Knight Grand Cross of the Royal Victorian Order, Garter roll as Royal Knight Companion of the Most Noble Order of the Garter as well. So he's thinking to himself, is there anything else that can go? And the answer, of course, is he's still called Prince. And then we think about the other sort of precedent here. He was called Prince and he became the artist formerly known as Prince. So is there any way with Andrew we can call him the Royal formerly known as Prince? We take the Prince away as well. That is more tricky because he is, of course, the Queen's son, late Queen's son, and will always be so. Then there's the horse. Is there any way you could remove the house, Royal Lodge, which Andrew has mentioned, and the horse as well? And of course, at this point, he says, how will I eat? You know, because he doesn't understand that most people don't have a horse, don't have a free house, aren't called Prince, and don't have all the other titles. But that's what we're down to now, is literally, should we take Prince off him?
I wish you'd have put trousers on him, though. That was...
I wish you had put trousers.
That's AI, by the way, does that.
I would have appreciated trousers.
Yeah, me too.
That was
AI. Blushing there, Jeremy.
Fully AI, winter warmers. Okay, what do you think?
Do you wear those, by the way?
No, I don't. I just said to AI, take the guard.
You look a long john type of guy when you're in your cycling.
Can I bring order to this house,
Put
please?
him in thermals.
So look, this man has got, according to a recent YouGov poll, only 5% of Britons have any favourable view of Prince, or formerly known as whatever.
Would you not take Prince away?
Oh, of course, of course.
You called him Mr. Andrew. That's Mr. Windsor, probably.
I want to be whatever, Mr. Windsor. We'll see how it goes in court for him. But at the end of the day, he is part of the royal family. The royal family is part of Brand GB. They are out there in the world representing the rest of us. Any tarnishing on the name or the House of the Royals has an impact on what the world sees Britain as. And so if he's out there with only 5% of the support of the British people being accused left, right and centre of egregious crimes, that is going to impact us. And for that alone, his title should be revoked. OK, we were going to speak to royal biographer Ingrid Seward on Zoom, but a major internet outage is affecting dozens of websites, by the way, including Zoom at the moment. So Ingrid joins us on the phone. Hello there.
Good morning, Jeremy.
We're just trying to work out whether there's any further stripping that can be done to the errant prince.
Well, Andrew isn't, he can't be sacked from his constitutional role as a royal prince, apparently. I mean, he remains eighth in line to the throne.
Right, the line, Ingrid, we'll have to get back to you. I'm so sorry. Even the phone line isn't working. I'm so sorry. Paul in Cardiff, hello.
Hello, Jeremy and panel.
What do you think?
If that had been you and I, we'd have been in prison by now.
Well, Epstein dead, Ghislaine prison, Weinstein prison. Yep.
I think the whole thing is so sad. And what's gone on. I mean, he paid her £12 million and said he didn't know her.
Yeah, I know. But I think the question is given that the one thing that this is a family business, the royal family, and he is the late Queen's son, and no one can ever erase that. And that makes him a prince, small p or big P. So the question is, do you try and take the prince title away, or do you get him out of the house, or what do you do, Paul?
If it's a family business, he should have had the sack.
Yeah. So it's like W.H. Smith and Son. You take the Anne's son off the... You take Anne's son off the hoarding.
Yeah.
All right, Paul, thank you. Nice to talk to you, my friend. We've got Ingrid back. I'm so sorry, Ingrid, about the phone line. You were saying it's a constitutional position, Prince.
Well, he remains eighth in line to the throne. And when MPs take up their election, they actually sort of swear to say the king and his heirs and successors, which actually includes Andrew. So this is a difficult situation. I think my opinion is that the best thing would be if Andrew voluntarily said he would not use Prince and he just wanted to be Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, which is actually, he was the first of the Queen's children to hold this surname, Mountbatten Windsor, because it's a combination of the Prince Philip's name, Mountbatten, and the Queen's name of Windsor. Yeah. And Andrew, when he was born in 1960, was the first royal child to hold this. Now, all of them have that. But if he was just Andrew Mountbatten or Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, it would have to come from him voluntarily. But that would make him look a little better than he does at the moment, which is difficult, I know. But it would be a gesture from him, and I think it would just solve a great deal of problems, and it wouldn't take up any parliamentary time. Which, of course, the king is anxious. Sorry. Yeah.
No, I was going to say, if he's eighth, you say eighth in line to the throne. I thought he was sixth, actually, but you'll know better than me. He's eighth in line to the throne. So he's 7 heart attacks away from, the throne, which is unthinkable. And there's no way he can give that up, is there?
Well, he's always going to be, he's the Queen's second son. He's always going to be, he won't always be eighth in line because there's more royal children are born. Yeah. So once Prince George has children,
you can't take him out of the line of succession.
You can't really take him out of the line of succession. Well, I don't think it's ever happened, but I suppose you can do what you like if you wanted to. But it's very complicated because it involves Parliament. So although you could bestow titles, you can't take them away without an act of Parliament.
I see.
And the king has said he doesn't want to take up parliamentary time. And at the moment, the king and Parliament are kind of getting on pretty well. He does his thing, they do their thing, and he is also head of state. So he actually has to do what his government tell him.
Okay.
And the current government are not anxious to get involved in this.
I understand. Thank you so much, Ingrid. Thank you. Yeah, it would be so much news. I suppose if you're Keir Starmer, you're thinking it's at least a day in Parliament. You definitely have a debate. You'd have some people who are speaking up for Prince Andrew because you've got 650 MPs. Yeah. I don't know, you might get a filibuster or something.
I think she's right about it's better doing it voluntary.
Yes, it's on his shoulders if he's willing to take that risk. Can he pre-abdicate? No? I don't know.
Realistically, he's not going to be king, but that's a different thing. Veronica and Devon. Hello, Veronica.
Hello.
Hello.
Are you enjoying this?
What, the show this morning or life or what?
I'm being so self-righteous about Andrew.
Yeah, not really, actually. I think it's an awful situation because there is a dead person involved in this, and that's Virginia.
No, I understand that. I understand that, and I understand that he's not a very nice person. He doesn't choose his friends very well, and he's not very bright. I understand all that.
Right.
But all this stuff that keeps being brought up, all this tittle-tattle from years ago that keeps coming up and coming up and coming up. Surely it must stop. It really must. He's a human being. Everybody.
I hear what you say, Veronica. However, the book that Virginia Giuffre wrote before she died has only just come out was only been read by someone and put on the news today. There it is, Nobody's Girl. And she alleges that he was involved in an orgy with her and 7 other girls. Now,
Yes,
that is
and
not tittle-tattle.
Excuse me, alleges. Everything is alleged. You know, and there's no contents to it.
That's not
It's
true.
all alleged.
No, but
You know,
it's not alleged that he paid her an enormous amount, having said he never met her.
I know that, but was he found guilty of anything?
Well, yeah, we go back to that, Nelufar. There we are. There's no court being involved here.
Well, if you gag someone, you know, if you stop them from speaking up about it and you pay them off, it's very, very hard to get a guilty verdict. But there was enough evidence there for him to fear it, to give her millions of pounds. You can't walk away from the fact that a young woman killed herself, that streams and streams of other young women have come forward to say that, yes, they do recognise Prince Andrew and that he was present in those lurid, terrible situations. You have to recognise that he hasn't been good for the British brand.
Veronica?
No, I don't. I'm not going with that. I'm sorry. I think he ought to be left alone. He's a human being. I just think of his family and just leave him alone and let him get on with his life and his horse. Knuckle
All right.
by.
OK. Thank you, Veronica. Thanks. It's worth hearing that point of view. After the break, we'll take more calls on whether the King should strip Andrew of his Prince title. Maybe take him out of the line of succession as well. 0207 862 2222. See you shortly. Now more calls on Andrew. I'm still thinking about Veronica there, who feels like we're getting too much into him here. It's the kind of, but then, if you're royal, there's an upside and a downside. The downside is you are very accountable for your
And if you've been
life.
proven to have lied.
Yeah.
It's the lying
Compared to the
for most
interview
of
that-
us,
Lying, but
I
also-
think.
He did when he said he didn't know.
Yes.
When he had his arm round Virginia Giuffre and that
Yes.
Virginia Roberts, as she was.
Yes.
She was 17, he was 41. He's a prince at 41, you know.
Yes.
Ian in Glasgow, has he been punished enough?
Oh, certainly. How could you possibly want to punish that poor chap any more? You know, the royalty have always done this, haven't they? Down through the centuries, they've always had mistresses. They don't want to discontinue that, surely.
Oh, I don't know. Well, it's different now, isn't it? Because we find out more about what they're doing. And
Well, we don't want-
consorting with
we
a
want-
convicted paedophile is quite serious, even for royalty in the 1700s.
You don't want to emasculate them, do you?
Well, do you want him to be prince still?
Of course.
Do you want him to have that house?
He's the Queen's son. He is entitled to entitlement, isn't he?
Entitled is the word.
Where are they going to find another £12 million?
I'm wondering if we... Are you sarcastic?
Ian, are you having us
Your
on?
tone has filled... Sarcasm doesn't work
I'm
on
not being
call-ins.
sarcastic.
Well, where's
I'm
he going to
being
find another
truthful.
£12 million? I don't know, under the sofa?
Yeah.
I don't know, his king brother? Someone like
Thanks,
that, maybe?
Ian, thank you.
Might lend it to
I
him?
think the Queen paid the money, is what I've always read, so because she didn't want her Jubilee
I
year.
just don't understand.
Oh.
So Ian and Veronica calling in, what is the... I want to know what makes you feel so passionately about a man that doesn't think of you, that never considers you, who comes and does all of these things. We've seen the photos. What makes you want to defend him to the hilt?
Ian,
like
answer
this?
that.
Well, what's the alternative? Starmer?
No,
Starmer.
Just
Starmer?
answer that one, Ian.
Do you want
Got me.
Starmer?
No,
to be
I love the
Prince-
royal family.
Prince-
Yeah.
But you
I-
you can love the royal family, but want Prince Andrew to be out of it, Ian, can't you?
No, not at
No.
all. He's got to have his knights, all his regalia, and his sword, and his ribbon, and his fluffy hat. You can't take that off him.
Thank you very much, Ian. There's something going on with if that is a spoof, it was brilliant.
It was,
Because
yeah.
it was veering between very, very angry and very, very silly.
Yeah,
Caroline in
absolutely.
Lancashire, hello.
Hi, Jeremy. Hi, panel.
This is
Veronica
nuts,
and
this
Ian,
story.
can I just say, Veronica and Ian are both examples of people that hate having their illusions shattered, which I understand. They both sound like older generation who are probably more patriotic and into the monarchy and whatever. But I think if the monarchy do not proceed with parliamentary process and have the title of Prince taken off him, They're just at risk of looking like a corrupt establishment that takes care of its own, as they have done throughout the centuries, and it could lead to their downfall in the long term, because people are now looking more in depth into the monarchy. Nelufar has actually said a lot of what I was going to say online, thankfully, because I don't have a long time. But I think we should lead by example and strip him formally of all his titles and the word prince. I don't call him prince any longer. He's just Andrew to me.
Yeah, he did. I mean, where the royal family clearly are a bit behind the public is that they had him at the funeral of the Duchess of Kent. And then he was allowed to go and disport himself around the kind of balcony and chat to William and chat to the king and laugh a lot as well, which wasn't good, was it? No. But I don't know. He's just
showing arrogance. I mean,
but that's a family funeral, Carol. That's what people say is, well, hang on, that's a family funeral. You can't keep him out of that.
No, but he could have been a bit more discreet about it. I think he was being very arrogant for the cameras to say, look, I'm still front of stage here.
Yeah.
And he could be a bit more discreet.
Yeah. But is it possible? This guy may live for another 30 years. No one wants him to die or anything like that. They maybe just don't want him near the royal family. So, Caroline, the question is this. Can you say to him, all right, we'll give you an allowance, a small allowance, maybe $20,000 a year, and you can go and live somewhere, I mean, you'd hate to name a city, but somewhere, I don't know, Penzance or Hartlepool or Durham.
Well,
and you can actually learn what it's like to run a budget and live a normal life. How about that?
And well, it's if he would accept this sweetheart type deal, because he wants this lavish, entitled lifestyle that he has always had. And if you look back through all the other things that he's done in his time with, as you said earlier, siphoning money off from Pitchet Palace, Miles Andy and Randy Andy, all that, he's always been Teflon coated, so he thinks he can still get away with what he's done now.
There's a level of hubris there. There's a level of pride. There's a level of feeling. I think it might be
Look at this. This is him at the Duchess of Kent's funeral.
Yes.
I think, or maybe it's before that, actually. Sorry, I may have got that wrong. Or was it? It was the funeral, was it? And, he's obviously lingering to show he's out and about. There we are. Caroline, thank you. But no one wants to... Yeah, I was going to say no one wants to punish him, but maybe that's not true. Valerie in Hampshire, hello.
Hi.
What do you think? What needs to happen?
I think that, you can't take away his prince title. He is the Queen's son, after all. And he'll always be the Queen's son. I mean, yes, he looks very different from the rest of the family. The rumours go about that. And he was the Queen's favourite. But you can't stop him being a prince. No more than you can stop yourself being a mister.
Wow.
Well, you could just call him Mr. Could you, Mr. Windsor?
No, I mean, I agree with Valerie in the fact that it was his birthright. He was born a prince, but I also agree with what Ingrid said. If he doesn't want to bring the royal family into disrepute, and I am a royalist. I love our royal family. I really loved our dear departed Queen. The right thing would probably, if this doesn't go away, him to relinquish.
What would you say, as Mayor of Lincolnshire, well, let's say he was on a visit and you were told, you've got to be on royal patrol, so you've got to greet him.
I wouldn't go, of course I wouldn't. No.
Really? If you've got to greet him off the train and everything, you wouldn't?
No, not really. Of course I wouldn't. No, not with, no.
Really? Yeah. Okay. Gosh, that's quite
Princess
serious.
Anne, most definitely.
Of course, everyone loves Anne, yeah. I wonder whether Anne should be the one to give him the word.
This is going to...
Anne is... you would listen to Anne.
Yes, but no one is having a word with him because he is the untouchable child. He's the one that is...
I think they would do.
I think William is driving
behind the scenes, I think they'll be
not driving it hard enough.
Very quickly, Kerry in Ceredigion. You only got 30 seconds, Kerry. Go ahead.
Good morning. I'm just saying that a statement he released on Friday when he gave up his titles, he said he was putting duty and country first. Yeah. Well, if that is true, then he should go and leave this country, go and live in the Middle East, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, the same as King Juan Carlos of Spain did. I'm sure he's got plenty of wealthy and connected friends out there. Him and his wife, they go call themselves what they want. Prince is just a word, but we want the back of him. He brought nothing but disgrace to the royal family, disgrace to the country. Go.
Thank you.
In the name of whatever they say,
in the
go.
name of God, go. Thank you, Kerry. Wow. Who was that originally by? That was the 1940s. We'll take a couple more calls on this after the break because there's so many people ringing in. 0207 862 2222 is the number you need. See you very soon. Not everyone's saying he should be. James in Shropshire, if you were the king, what would you do next?
Hi, Jeremy.
Hi.
Thank you.
That's obviously the best question I've asked this year.
To be honest with you, this is now. It's not just a joke anymore. I'll rephrase that. It's an absolute disgrace. The royal family in general should be disbanded. Let's get rid of them. I don't think people realise what the royal family have done over the years. Harry and Meghan. It's a soap opera every day. You wake up.
Yeah, but that's not a bad thing. We do sort of. We talk about it, and it gives us a focus.
But if we look at the history, if we did what the French did in 1795, if all the royal families throughout history or at that time had got rid of the royal families, you would not. And don't forget, historians believe this. You would not have had World War I, where 11 million people died. 11 million.
Over what? Over the Ottoman Empire or something, or?
Yeah, well, think about that, and then following that, and historians,
Andrew.
No. Historians believe this. If you hadn't have had the Treaty of Versailles, which was very harsh towards the Germans, you wouldn't have had the rise of fascism.
Well, that's true,
and then
for sure.
Then you wouldn't have had 55 million people die.
Yeah, but that's not...
If we'd have done what the French did in 1795...
Yeah.
You wouldn't have had all that. And that's what historians believe. But today, I can't believe that Andrew Jenkins is a royalist. Really? A royalist? What does that mean? A royalist?
Well, Andrew, do you want to tell us why, as a Democrat, you also believe in the royal family?
I do. I love our steeped history, right down to the William the Conqueror. I love it. And I don't want to become like France. I don't want to become a republic. I mean, you were Jeremy Corbyn's new party supporter, James. Because that sounds like a... Yes.
Sorry, James.
Do you believe in the House of Lords?
Yes, I do, and I believe in hereditary peers. Yeah.
Unelected? Come on.
No, I do.
Well, look at the people who get elected.
James, are you a Jeremy Corbyn supporter?
Jeremy Corbyn? Absolutely not.
Oh, well, that's
right.
okay then.
James, I'll leave it there, but that's a great call. Thank you. It's our call of the week so far, although it is Monday at 10 o'clock, but I don't think anyone's going to beat it. Navina is in Kent. What a lovely name. Hello, Navina.
Hello.
What would you like to say?
I do believe that he should be disbanded or dethroned, whatever you want to call it.
Well, that's the trouble, isn't it?
He's shown the royal family up. He's disgraced the country. He doesn't seem to be repentative of it or feel sorry too much. And I just think it's a disgrace. And I don't care who you are, whether you are the King of England or the homeless man on the street. If you break the law or anything like that, then you should suffer the consequences. Well,
people have said, and Widdicombe has said repeatedly, he has not been through a court. He has not broken a law. But I suppose there's a lower level of tolerance when you're in the royal family.
Yes.
Bad behaviour has its own penalty. Thank you, Navina. Yeah. Have a good day, Navina.
And you. Thank you.
What are you up to today? What are you doing?
Possibly housework, which is terribly boring, but there you go.
It's not.
I like doing housework. I'm very
OCD.
OCD.
With you. Yeah.
Laundry later for me.
Before I go to bed all night, all my cushions are straight, all the pots are away. Oh, no, I'm very OCD. Yeah.
Well done, Navina. Straighten those cushions. Alexis and Vanessa will be discussing Prince Andrew again later. Alexis will be joined by one of Fergie's friends, Lizzie Cundy. And, of course, part of this is Sarah Ferguson is no longer Duchess of York. So that's all gone Humpty Dumpty as well.